Hi Rapunzel ladies, Mirjam here, Shalom. I would like to show you today some variations that I did on the veil that I show you on the previous video with the deluxe tapestry, the blue one. And now I have the original tapestry in blue and purple and red, and I would like to show you some variations that we can do on the veil that I showed you. So here it goes. First of all, I begin always with the same technique, like I flip it on the back of my neck in order not to have so much fabric to avoid headache. So like this, and then I put it backward and then over again to create layers here to cover the ears, because just right now in France it's snowing and it's cold. So, and then here you have this beautiful ribbon with these beautiful flowers here that I really wanted to have on my forehead, and then you tie a knot. So this is what I did on the previous video. So but what I really like with the original tapestry, this small ribbon is smaller than on the deluxe tapestry, and you can really have really nice pattern and play around with this. So actually what I did is this, and then I just took one side, make sure that you make it flat when you flip it over, because if you have bulky stuff here, your veil is not gonna hang down really nicely. So you have to make it really flat and just tuck it in the back. So, and then you take the other end, and you have one end dark and one end really sparkly. So you can choose for really fancy occasions like marriages or whatever feast, you can choose the sparkly, and for more casual look you can have the darker side hanging down. So what I did is I just hold one end with the border and I flip it over just like this, and then play around with it like that. And then here with this tapestry you can just play around, so that, for example, first variation, you can have the flowers here and the ribbon, and then a second ribbon here. Or you can choose to have two ribbons here, for example, like this. You see? Up. And then, so maybe I want to have two ribbons like this. This is really, really nice. And then let's just let all the fabric hanging down and just hold it beside your ears, because you can't tuck it in because it's too short. And then you can create pleats like here to grab fabric from the back and then secure it with, here I am again, with a safety pin like this, in order to hold your veil in place like this, and then you're done. Maybe you can grab the fringes here that you have and check it a little bit under, so, and then you have your veil. Here actually on the other side, on the opposite side, you have this natural folding or pleats or whatever you call it in English. I'm sorry for my English. You can just play around a little bit to make them nice, to arrange them a little bit like this, and then you have this beautiful veil, fringe, that I show you with the other tapestry. like this, which is just so gorgeous, and I just love it because you feel like just coming out of an elven kingdom or whatever. Then what I wanted to show you, this variation is actually a one I really like. It's you let it just like this, and then you take another one. For example, a golden scarf, and here it's my own scarf. It's an infinity scarf, and you can just like have it too. Sorry, and flip it over like this, and then you can arrange your infinity scarf here to make it nice, and just to let the first ribbon to be shown here like this, and then I check everything under and the back here. Oops, sorry. Or you can secure it with a pin. So, and then what you actually got with this is a beautiful variation of the painting of Vermeer. You know, the young girl with a pearl earring. Well, I don't have pearl earrings now, but what I have is this. And it's a more fancy variation of the Vermeer painting, but it's really beautiful also. It's kind of a veil with this golden, and you have golden stuff here. I need to tuck it in really nice, but to avoid headaches, so don't take so much fabric in it. So, and then you have this beautiful veil, and you feel really like being a painting alive, and it's really nice like this, you see. So this is the first variation that I wanted to show you. I'm going to take it off now. Be careful. I didn't figure out how to do this without the safety pin. Maybe some lady can give me an advice. But if you do it slightly, you're not gonna ruin your tichel. So this was the first one. Second one variation that I wanted to show you was purple one. Purple is one of my favorite colors, and actually I do the same. Take it in the middle of the tichel, flip it over, and then backward, and then forward again. Up. You have 3 layers to cover your ears. It's still snowing outside. So, and then have a knot on your back. So, it's nice. So now, what you can create now is to add, for a more casual look, Israeli tichel. And I just two shades of purple, lighter and a darker purple. One. And what I can do is just after the ribbon here, I fold it to make sash like this, and then you can just I'm sorry. Oops. This happens. And tuck it under. So, and just let hanging down, because anyway it's a veil, it's gonna hang down. And then you take it aside, whatever you want, and you take the ribbon and you put it just over, which is really nice. Make sure again that everything is flat in the back, but here you can actually just put it over the Israeli tichel, and you see what it's creating? It's really beautiful. I really like it. So, and check it in itself, like here on the side. And then what I did, it's exactly the same but with a darker one. You can just put it after the ribbon here, create a single knot, let it hang down, and then take the other side, and again you can choose if you want the sparkly side or the dark purple one. I would like to have the dark purple one. And then spread it a little bit like this, take it over, and then you let a little bit of the Israeli tickle shown here, like this, not too much. So, and after you do exactly the same, you just take a little fabric, you take your safety pin, to tuck it in. Okay, and then you have this look. It is really beautiful. And let it hang down. Okay, maybe you can arrange here on the other side the pleating that the tickle is creating by itself, because you are flipping it over like this. But this is really nice. So another variation that I can show you, the same purple tickle is a more fancy one. What you actually can do is to take everything out. So you're here, right? You take shimmery. Can't have enough shimmery if you go for fancy events. And you can take it in the middle and put it, like again, for example, after the ribbon, like this. And make a knot. Arranged it. I'm doing this just with a webcam, not without any mirror, so it's a little bit more difficult. One side I'm just gonna flip over because I don't want so much shimmery. And just check it in. So now take the other side, and I do exactly the same. I take one side with a ribbon and I flip it over so that the ribbon will be shown on the shimmery, and everything is nice and flat like this. And I like to have a bit more shimmery shown than the variation with the Israeli tickles. And then you tuck everything in, hopla. And then you take the other end, for example, and if you would have the shimmery side shown because you go for a really fancy event, so you take that, flip it over, let all the fabric hang down, and what I like is to have here two ribbons, you see, like this. You have to adjust it a little bit, play around in order really to have two ribbons shown, like this, and let the fabric hang down. Then here, you see, up like this. It's okay like this? Yeah. So now you take your safety pin and you check it in. Grab a bit of fabric, take it in, take everything in. Be careful not to poke your finger. And then with this end, you can just, for example, twist it and put it around, just behind the second ribbon, and tuck it in, under, behind, and then you have a super fancy look like this. You see, like this. This is really beautiful. Well, maybe this is not in order to go for a really casual look, but if you go for a marriage, for example, and you can't have enough sparkly stuff, pearls, and everything. So, oh, and I forgot, you could maybe put in a nice flower or whatever you have. So with the shimmery, it's so beautiful, it's so gorgeous, I love it. So now the last variation that I wanted to show you is with the red tapestry. And the red one, I love it so much. So I do exactly the same. I take the tickle in the middle and flip it backward. Up. And backward. And then forward again. So, yeah, up. And, oops, what is this? Tie a knot. So now I'm not gonna go for a really fancy event today. I'm just gonna stay at home because I was a little bit sick and I need to recover. And so I'm not gonna go for a really fancy look. But it's so nice, even when you need to recover, to feel a nice and warm tickle on your head, and it's like loving hands hugging your head, and I'm sure this is gonna help you recover. So now I would like to play with, again, this ribbon here, which are just so nice, but to show a little bit of the flowers here. And what I did, it's kind of crisscross like this. Take one side, and I hold the ribbon really fast. No, not fast. Take the ribbon really and hold it. Sorry for my English. And I just put it like at an angle. You see? Like this. And again, all the fabric on the back has to be really nice and flat, and you have to arrange it a little bit, but hold your ribbon here at the angle that you create, so, which is really nice. And tuck it in. And for here, I'm just gonna use tapestry, and I'm not gonna add any other tickle. So it's nice. And then I take the other side, and where it is, here, and I'm gonna flip it over, but also at an angle, the opposite angle, to create kind of a triangle here. So like this. You see, and then you arrange it a little bit. And then let hang all the fabric down, and then when you hold it, you see you have this beautiful crisscross here, and I like it so much. You see, this is so beautiful. Well, I think it's beautiful. And then you play on the other side with all the fabric that's hanging down in order to have nice pleats here, in order to have it nice and beautiful, because even if you're a little bit sick, you stay at home, I think it's important to take care of ourselves, just to be beautiful for ourselves, even if we're staying at home, because the home is our little kingdom and we are the queen of this little kingdom, and this is gonna help to recover, just to feel good, to feel loved. If, for example, your husband was giving the chichel to you like mine was, and it's really nice from him. So like here I have the veil not hanging down, you see, and I have this wonderful pin and it's matching really nice, and I'm gonna put it just right here where I put the first safety pin, just a little bit above, so I can secure my chichel twice, like this. Oops, be careful not to bug your finger. Ouch. Put it in. What happened? This is what happened when you are making a chichel without a mirror but just with a webcam. Here it goes. Here. And actually what I did yesterday is I have a wooden pearl headband, and this is really fancy because it's really sparkly, and the chichel also is really fancy and sparkly and everything, and I love to mix the pattern and the texture, and I think it's really beautiful with the wooden pearl headband. So I just put it over and just beside the gardenia pin. So I just put it just where I want to be, like this. So, and here you go. So this is a variation with crisscross. So you have 3 different variations on the tapestry veil, and I hope you ladies are doing really well. I wish all the best for 2017, and big hugs from France, and bye bye. Shalom.